Hello there, and welcome to a PTS update for January 11th, 2018. We saw a couple map adjustments here to Indar, Amrish, and Esmir, which we're going to start off with. So first we have Indar. We have the Sunken Relay Station, which was added between Howling Pass and Mal Watchtower, connecting the two. We have Burgess Checkpoint, which has lattice links to Regent Rock, Garrison, and Scarred Mesa Skydock. And we have the Lowlands Trading Outpost in between Indar X and Quartz Ridge. Moving on to Amrish, we have the Solus Nature Annex, which was added in between Zealous Northgate and Silver Valley Arsenal, as well as the Cobalt Geological Outpost, which links Cobalt Communications, West Pass Watchtower, and the Scarfield Reliquary. Now on to Esmir, and we have seen the TAP Way Station added, which links Envari Frozen Reservoir and Pale Canyon Chemical. We have seen the BL4 Recovery Point, which links East River Sky Station to Terran BL4 Crash Site. And we see the Untapped Reservoir, which links Rime Analytics and Matherson's Triumph. As well as the three biolabs on Esmir, Mani Biolab, Envari, and Ymir, have had lattice links added around them, so you can now bypass the biolabs. Now basically what all these new bases that have been added in this update look like, it's basically just a lattice in between the two bases that they are connecting, or in the case of Amrish, the three bases that they are connecting. And it's basically just a vehicle capture point linking the two bases. There are no structures around it as of yet, it's just a vehicle capture point in the ground. Now moving on to the construction refresh, the devs have started adjusting construction with the goal of improving the combat dynamic, lowering the barrier to entry, and integrating the system in a way that aligns more with the spirit of the game. So in summary, we have seen accordium costs heavily reduced for placing construction objects. These reductions range anywhere from 50 to 75%, and the devs are currently discussing also reducing certification prices for construction as well. We've seen the addition of a welding device, which any class can use and repairs construction objects at a reduced rate. The Yellow Jacket and Howler mining lasers are now effective as siege weaponry and deal damage over time to construction objects. And this is only construction objects, so not vehicles at the moment. And we have also seen some construction categories being more organized to be more conducive to the flow of base building. It also says in the patch notes that in the future we may be removing or repurposing hives so that alerts do not require accordium refinement to trigger. But before we do that, we would like to get a better account of how the construction revisions play out to ensure construction still feels like a valuable service to each faction's war effort. Next, we saw the addition of the next wave of Empire-specific weapons, starting with the VEH Maw for the Vondu Sovereignty. This description reads, the newly developed Maw LMG provides Vondu soldiers with a decisive mix of reload speed and stopping power thanks to advances in cooling techniques. It's equipped with a 60-round magazine that fires 167 damaged projectiles at 600 rounds per minute. Next up, we have the MGR L1 Ballast for the new Conglomerate. Built with sustained fire in mind, the Ballast LMG is an accurate, high rate of fire weapon without a harsh penalty for laying on the trigger. It's equipped with a 100-round magazine that fires 143 damaged projectiles at 698 rounds per minute. And finally, the MG-H1 Watchman, which has been highly anticipated, being the Torque-style LMG. That's the Torque 9 assault rifle. And the description reads, with the highest rate of fire of any light machine gun, the Watchman excels in sending metal downrange, and its large magazine size ensures that you have enough lead to share. It's equipped with a 125-round magazine that fires 125 damaged projectiles at 857 rounds per minute. Now moving on, and the first wave of faction-specific weapons, that's the Canis, the Jackal, and the Gladius SMGs, have received some adjustments. For the Canis, the unstable ammunition no longer penalizes cone of fire, and the base rate of fire has gone up from 500 to 550 rounds per minute. The Jackal's base projectile velocity has gone from 350 to 400 meters per second, and the BX adapter will likely receive some adjustments in the future. And finally, we have the Gladius. The magazine size has gone down from 28 to 26 rounds, and the ammo capacity has gone from 168 to 182 rounds. Moving on to some vehicle adjustments, we saw the Saron LRB, that's the Scythe nose gun. It has had its magazine size reduced by 5 rounds, going from 65 to 60. We also saw the addition of the Galaxy lock-on jamming field, which takes the defensive slot of the Galaxy, and while equipped, the lock-on jamming field will passively protect allied vehicles from lock-on attempts and proximity-based lock-ons, but not the galaxy itself. At rank 1, this operates within 100 meters, going up to 150 at max rank. Moving on to the Liberator, and the Afterburner, which previously took up the utility slot, has been made default to all Liberators. The dev note reads, Afterburner has been best in slot on the Liberator for as long as it has existed. With the recent pivot to a more sustained fire role, the value of fire suppression and flares has been increased, but the trade for Afterburner remains too high. A default Afterburner should make the vehicle more enjoyable to fly, add more flexibility for which engagements it can participate in, and lower the cert investment for players looking to make use of the Liberator. We also saw the M6A Bulldog, which is the Liberator tailgun, has had its direct damage buffed from 250 to 400. The Harasser has also had its resistance to tank cannons go from -20 to -50, which means in most cases this reduces the number of main cannon shots to kill a Harasser by 1. And finally, we saw that the Squad Promote Me command should now show a name and description for the person making the request. So that's going to be it for the PTS update for January 11th, 2018. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about the video and what you think about these changes. I'll see you in the next one.